Hello MGV and welcome to another episode of MGV Reviews. I'm Anthony Green, your head reviewer, and today I am reviewing the Pulse by Vandy Vape. But not only am I reviewing the Pulse, I'm doing a double review. I'm reviewing the Mesh RDA as well. Been trying this out now for a few weeks. I'm really happy. To be fair, there are a few pros, there are some cons. We will get over to that in a little while. But while we're here, don't forget to check out all of our giveaways and sponsors and everything else on our Facebook page at www.facebook.com/mods, gods and vapors. Pop over, come and say hi to us, give us a little like, a thumbs up, a hello, whatever you want to do. We welcome everybody from all walks of life, so pop and see us. So yeah, here we go. We are the Pulse and the Mesh, as said a moment ago. I will give us a little waz for you. I'm using a fantastic combination of the Vandy Vape Mesh RDA on the Pulse Squonk box. And I am doubling this up with Fat Boy's E-Juice Double Chin. It's one of my favourite juices of all time. If you haven't seen the review for this, have a look below or check out the YouTube page as well. So yeah, let's give this a little go. I'm very happy about this. Very happy about the model. I'm happy with the direction they've gone in. But there are a few things I am unhappy about. That's what I'm here for. To give my complete honest opinion on the latest gear and squizzle. So here we go. Let's have a try. Woo! As you can see, she is pretty cloudy. Great plumage, fantastic flavour. I'm a happy man. A few things about it, but we will pop over to the up close and personal in a minute, just to have a show on that. But before we do that, don't forget to check out all the current advocacy over here in the UK, in Australia, in America, everywhere. Just looking for your support really on the TPD over here, the FDA in America, TPD in Australia as well. There's petitions going around. I will pop a petition in the link below or in the description below. Sign up to it, show your support for the vaping community. It's hard enough being a vapor at the moment with all the other load of rubbish, especially the things about the tobacco companies wanting to buy into the vaping industry. Give your honest opinion. Please, 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 we beg you as vapors and viewers, get over there, click the link in the description, just give your honest opinion on it. Vote that, you know, you want all this rubbish to stop going on about smaller bottles and everything else, as well as smaller tanks that we have over here in the UK. Just show your support for us, guys. So, that's enough about all the politics and stuff. Let's get over to the up close and personal. Here we go. So welcome back to the up close and personal this time. As you can see here, I have got a spare Mesh RDA here all in the packet, and away we go. I'll sort that out in a sec. Unfortunately, I've only got the one Pulse, so I'll be reviewing it as it is, so it won't be a complete unboxing. But here she is, the Vandy Vape Full Steam Ahead Pulse BF box mod, a Tony B project. All the bits you need on there. I do quite like their boxes, to be fair. I do like this very simple design of the box. Also on here, as you can see, because it's the pulse everywhere now and then you get these little pulse marks that are sort of hidden into them. But no, there we go. It's all your serial number, your made in China crap. 3 bits for your codes and stuff. This is what you get in it. You get certain features. It's affordable, spring loaded 510 pin, lock-in power, safety switch, 2700 and 18650 compatible. This is one thing I loved about this mod. We'll go over to that in a moment. It's got an 8mm food grade silicone bottle. For those of you that don't know what the food grade silicone bottles are, they do not withhold flavour onto the silicone, which is really, really handy. It's a bit like having an RTA or a standard tank. After a while, you change the juice, you have to clean the glass because the flavour sticks to the glass. You don't get that with the silicone bottles, so that's always big thumbs up from me. Replaceable front and back panels, and this box includes one Pulse BF box mod. BF is bottom feed, so where your Squonk bottle is. 8mm Squonk bottle, instruction manual, 18650 battery adapter. So let's get this box open, and that is literally, that would sit in there like so, with everything in it that you need. Pull this little bit up here. Got a user manual, all in different languages obviously. She's a pretty big manual, to be honest. She's got it in like 4 different languages. 4 different languages. One for Spanish, one German, one Danish and one English. The only thing that I did find really disappointing about this, especially with things like user manuals and obviously with all the current advocacy about safety on vaping, there wasn't a battery safety piece on here at all. I was really rather annoyed about that, if I'm honest. Not only that, as you can, I would just like to have seen maybe a little card of authenticity in there as well, but they didn't come with one. So, although it is an authentic, I will add. But no, apart from that, that is the box basically. So set that aside, and here she is in all of her glory. Very easy to take off. You've got a bit of the back of here, so if you're like myself and you struggle to get your batteries out, push your battery through here. Sorted, really. Nice and easy. This is your adapter, or the battery condom, as they are more better known in the vaping community. On this it is a positive down on this, not up. So, but you can use this any way you want. You don't have to be on the positive. I like to have it on the bottom personally, just because the Squonk bottle's at the bottom, so if the juice goes in, it goes down. I just like to have the silicone on there just to protect my battery a bit more. But each to their own. It's just a case of basic push in, he says. Push in, up and in. Simple as that. As with the previous Squonk boxes I did, I haven't damaged the battery yet, so I'm very happy about that. Let's put the panels back on. All these panels, you can buy spare panels for these, and you can buy different coloured bottles, which is really cool if you want, you know, change the style of your mod or whatever. And you know, they are really good. The panels themselves, they are magnetic, as you can see here and here. So easy to put on, so easy to take off. Got quite a nice little bit of detail in there as well, if you can see that. Vandy Vape. And you also got a nice little pulse mark there as well, or like a heartbeat sort of mark. Bloody great big fire button. It's huge. I've not had a problem with the fire button yet. So yeah, I'm happy about that. Here, this little thing here is a safety switch. So just undo that. It doesn't fire whatsoever. It doesn't do, well, it won't fire at the moment anyway because there's no tank on there or RDA, but it doesn't fire at all, which is brilliant. The only thing, one of the quips about this that I don't like is the fact that when you push it in, I would just like that to maybe sat a little bit more flush, but that's just me being picky. But Also, I'd like to have seen maybe a piece of plastic or something just come in here. You've got plenty of space here that can be used for other things, like maybe a ribbon to help you pull the battery out instead of taking the back panel off. But saying that, the back panel is really handy. The bottle is such a nice quality bottle, so easy to put back on. This piece here unscrews, this piece here stays. I have had a few issues with the bottle, which I will show you when we put the RDA on it. But apart from that, she is really nice. In here you've got your spring-loaded 510 just in there. It's relatively nice. From what I've measured so far, it can take from point to point at 26. It actually measures out at 27.2 mil. So you've got room there for a slightly bigger RDA. But personally, I don't think you need any more than a 24 mil RDA on here anyway. But that is your pulse box. Very, very good quality. Very well designed. You've got all your legal requirements on the bottom here as well. If anybody want to know about these is just to say they're certified and they're legally trading as a company, and that they shouldn't be thrown in the bin, because obviously they are classed as a mechanical device, even without a battery in, but they are recyclable. So there we go. That is your Vandy Vape Pulse Squonk box. What we'll do next is we will now go over to the mesh RDA. I'll show you how to install your mesh on there. Show you a few things I weren't best impressed with about this. Then we'll pop the other one back on here. And yeah, show you what I mean about the slight issue with the Squonk box bottle. So here we go. This is your mesh RDA box. It's got all your standard things on there. As you can see, like I said before, it's very similar in design of the box. It's got all the necessities that you need on there. On the back, it tells you what your mesh can take, or what your RDA can take. And take a single coil, which I've never used it on really. I've used it with a double coil. It goes really, really well with a dual coil. Mesh RDA is amazing how quick it ramps up, but again I'll show you that in a moment. On the back, features compatible with both mesh wire and standard coils, invisible clamp style postless deck, Ultim drip tip and dock drip tip included. Keep the contents of this package out of reach of children, non-smokers and animals. The one major thing I had a problem with this was it doesn't actually state anywhere on the box what is included in the box. So if you were to get it, and I don't know, you didn't have any mesh wire with it, you'd be pretty annoyed really, and there's not really much you could do about it in personal opinion, because it doesn't actually state that it comes with anything. So for me, that's a bit of a letdown for me. Boom boom. But you got a few little bits on here. Please learn more about our products, how to use bloody blah. Basically all the stuff that nobody really reads about, just because of the sheer price of these. Really, they're so cheap to get hold of, so nobody really bothers reading about the if there's an issue side to them. But let's get on to unboxing. So straight away in here, you've got an Allen key, which for some reason I don't understand why there's an Allen key in here. Get to that in a minute. All your spares and stuff, all your squizzle whizzles. You've got your spare rubber O-rings in there. This little thing here, let's open it up, it'd be easier, wouldn't it? So in here you've got your spare O-rings, your thin ones, thick ones. This little device here is quite a cool, handy little device. Some people, I've known a few people just to throw these out just because they don't know what they are. But that is in case you don't like a Delrin drip tip, or a Doc drip tip, or just an 810 drip tip basically. But you like an old 510, just pop that in the top, stick your 510 in the top of this, and then away you go. Simples. You've got a couple of spare screws here for the side of your postless deck, and then you've got, on this one you've got the standard screw for basic vaping, so when it's not on a Squonk, which is why I cannot understand why you've got an Allen key, because there's a screwdriver here, although they're not very good, but they're okay for basic people learning and what have you. But there is literally no need for one of these, I don't think. I'm pretty sure, oh hang on, that might be because of the base of it. Right, so here's your Doc drip tip. Let's have a look at the bottom of this. Right, that is your mesh RDA. And there is the reason why you need a Allen key. So, my apologies there straight away. Thought I would have picked up on that, but for some reason both my mesh RDAs came with the Squonk pin already in, which was really odd. So, but there we go. It's probably because they were bought together anyway, but got all the bits on the back of here that you need to know. So there's the reason for your Allen key straight away. Brush this rubbish out of the way for a moment. So there she is. Got lovely, lovely big Cyclops style airflow on these. As you can see, she's pretty tight, if I'm honest with you. There we go. Got your Delrin drip tip on the top of there. You've got 3 holes on here, which is obviously your indication for having dual airflow or single airflow. And there she is. I can't seem to get this off, which is really rather annoying. So we're going to build on it anyway, so let's get this onto a regulated mod. My apologies for using the regulated mod, I will add, because I have got to invest in a new ohm reader. So there she is. That's all it is. You've got your positive and negative posts here, obviously your rubber and that. You've got your little hole here for your Squonk. It's easy, nice and easy to look at. As you can see here, if I pop this in here, close it, and that is all you need to install your wire or chosen method of vaping. So if you want your dual coil in there, you'll have one facing one way, one facing the other. Obviously make sure you don't get them to touch. Your mesh just goes straight in, or a single coil one into the other. One of the major flaws for this for me was this really crappy, pathetic juice well. There literally is not a juice well. It is so small. But again, that's just me being a picky vapor. But what I've done is, normally you would get in this box, you would get 3 pieces of mesh. You'll get stainless steel, nichrome Ni80, and can't remember the other one now. Stainless steel, Ni80, and then there's one other one as well, an alloy. But I've used them just to try them up. So, but I found that the best one that worked for me was the Ni80. So I bought this. I got this on Amazon for like £3.90, I think it was. And there's so much wire here. 5 foot of wire. Now, we're going to do a little build on this to show you just how quick, easy and simple it is I'm doing it on the V-Thing Snow Wolf. So let's get this going. So, get some wire off of here for you. You're not going to need much wire, to be honest. You really don't need much wire at all. But there is an issue with this wire and the wire you get with your pole, with your Vandy Vape mesh. And that is, see, the mesh is so easy just to snip. So that's not a problem. But because the mesh is built so wide, you do have to trim this down, which gets really annoying. As you can see here, she is relatively large compared to the hole itself. So you do have to snip quite a sizable chunk of this off just to get it so that it fits. Alright, so far I've taken this much off. So it is a fair bit, to be honest. It's a lot of wastage for wire. See, it's still not fitting. Let's take a little bit more off then. As you can see, another sizable piece has come off of here. So it's two big pieces. Compared to the actual width of the wire, that is a massive difference. That is so different. But there we go. So for me, that's a massive, massive con. All you'll do is literally sit it in here like this. Do this up. So that is tighten in there nicely. And you'll do the same the other side. You'll just slot it in here, just nicely bend that over. But you don't want too big a hole here, because in here is where your wicking goes. So if you're somebody who puts it up like this, you can imagine that's a lot of wicking that's got to be put in there. So try and keep it relatively low, which I found works well in my opinion. Do this side up. And there you have it. That is all you've got to do with your mesh. Now, one of the benefits of the mesh is how quick it ramps up. Right. We're currently on 118, so let's put this down at 100. Actually, no, let's go lower than that, shall we? Let's see how low it will go before it takes time to ramp up. Let's say we'll start at 50 watts. Yeah, we'll go up in 5s. Oh, can't even get it today. Look at that. Right, here we go. This is on 50 watts. Here we go. It's at 0.9 ohms, which is rather annoying. Relatively quick, you see. Let's go to 75, 77. Yeah, there you go, 77. Still pretty quick. And if we got to 100, like I originally wanted to, 100 watts, nice and quick. Now, that's one thing I love about this mesh stuff, is just you get no hot spots, you get no points where you gotta, set your coil up, and it just comes out really nice. It's now come out at 0.10, which is annoying because it does say on here, right here, 0.18. Now, I would never recommend going lower than a 0.12 on a mech, just because of sheer safety purposes, personally. But I'm going to do it anyway. I've already got a build on this one anyway, so, and I know this comes out at 0.15 on the same mesh. Let's get some cotton and we shall show you how to do the cotton on it. This is a massive con for me, and that is the amount of this stuff that thing takes. It is a mass amount of cotton. If you're like me, I do like to have cotton that lasts, so I like to have it slightly thicker anyway than what most people do. At the moment I'm using a Japanese cotton called Grady. It's lovely cotton. It's one sheet off the top, sheet off the bottom kind of job, so then you're left with this. So I would just snip it here, and then fold it like so. Alright, get my tweezers, and here comes the fun part. I call it fun because it is so easy. Just literally roll the end in, tweezers in, just grab it and pull. But because it takes so much cotton, I mean, that is literally now full of cotton. It takes a lot of juice to prime. Now, what I do is I do try and keep it as close to the edges as possible. You know, a little bit left over on the sides, not a bother at all. But there is a lot of cotton in here, and I mean a lot. There's enough cotton in here to do a dual coil probably twice, in my opinion. So for me, it's a real bummer about how much cotton you have to put into this mod, or into this RDA, sorry. It's just unnecessary amounts, to be fair, and it dry hits really quickly. Let's get it primed up. But with it being the mesh, it is easy to prime because it just soaks into the cotton. It's so easy to do. Look at that. It's nice. But yeah, like I say, because you use a mesh wire, you don't really need to set the cotton. I would probably just leave it a couple of minutes instead of your standard sort of 5-10 minutes like I do, and just vape away. Away you go. Let's put this up to 120 and I'll show you how quick she dries out juice wise. See, she's starting to dry out already. Yeah, so quick. It really is so quick. So yeah, there you go. That is your up close and personal for your Vandy Vape Mesh RDA and the Pulse. There we go. And let's get this one back on here. There they are, guys. Lovely little setup. Perfect. Right, let's jump up top and then we shall take a look at the prices, pros and cons, guys. See you on the flip side. So there we have it. That was your up close and personal on your Vandy Vape Mesh RDA and the Pulse Squonk box by Vandy Vape. Hope you guys enjoyed the review. There's a few pros on this, quite a few pros actually. but I do feel there's a lot of cons that need to be addressed. So what we'll do is we will start off with the mesh. Now with the mesh, as you see, building it is so easy to do, but the juice well on it, the mesh, how thick that mesh is, I wasted so much wire, it's unreal. I waste all this wire, and that's just on thickness. But they give you these really long pieces of wire that's unnecessary. It's not like you can get 2 builds out of it. You can literally get 1 build out of each, and you're left with about this much wire at the end of it, plus what you've trimmed off the sides. So Vandy Vape, I would rethink the way you're doing your mesh wire, the thickness of it really more than anything. I know you guys have now got a RTA coming out relatively soon actually. I think we need to start thinking more about how much wire you are wasting as opposed to how much we're actually using. So yeah, the juice well, very crappy juice well. I don't even think it holds a mill of juice. But saying that, they are well put together, they are well built, very well thought out. The advertisement they had for it was Vandy Vape, the big new mesh. We've been using mesh for years. Mesh was one of the first things we actually built our coils out of, so rethink your I would definitely say rethink your advertisement strategy, because a lot of people picked up on that, and it kind of you didn't really look into the industry very well before you decided to come up with this idea. But again, that's my personal opinion. Apart from that, and the way that it uses just so much cotton, just unnecessary amounts of cotton, in my opinion. So for me, that's a massive con. But the pros of them are they look good, fantastic airflow, fantastic amounts of cloud, and brilliant flavour. I'm not going to give it a massive hit on the flavour just because some people like the flavour, some people don't. Personally, I like the flavour, but there is a lot more you guys could have done to improve the flavour on this. With the pulse box, again, absolutely love the way you can customise the box. I love the way that the Squonk bottle is and stuff like that. But this was the con that I was on about. If I press this in here, for some reason I cannot get, I have to wait ages for that to sit back out, and it really does annoy me. It just really annoys me because it's putting juice into your juice well, but by the time you're ready to vape it, it sucks it back through again. So it's not even like it's doing anything. It is literally sucking it right the way back through. So sort the bottle out on that. Like I say, fantastic design, fantastically built. Love the safety feature on here. Love the little battery condom. Very happy man. All in all, pulse box, I'll give that an 8 out of 10. Definitely. The mesh, I'd say sort a few of your issues out, and then I'll give you an 8. I'd probably give that a 7.5. Pulse boxes, you can buy them on their own for about £20–25 online if you look in the right place. They do come with, you can get them with a mesh RDA or the Pulse 24 RDA for about £30–35. So value wise, fantastic. Quality wise, really good, guys, really good. Just try and pick up a little bit more on maybe getting some testing done before you decide to release a mod. Send it out to the general public. Don't just go, oh okay, we've come up with this idea and our CEO's tried it and he loves it. Yeah, your CEO will love this because he's selling the product. Send it out to people that would buy your product first. Apart from that, fantastic. Please look out for another review that we're doing coming up soon on some juices I was sent by Vape Wild. So have a look out for that review. We've got plenty more coming up, guys. Don't forget, the more subscribers we get, the more followers we get, the more likes we get, then the bigger the chance of us doing a big giveaway per time that we're doing our shows. So, but thank you very much, guys. Don't forget to like and subscribe below. Go into the link to follow over to all the advocacy crap. Thank you very much for joining me. I'm Anthony Green, and this is me, Cloud Note. Cheers, guys. Peace.